This is a first for me. I have never done a live from my bed. I'm in a hotel in California for our national conference for physical therapy, so don't mind the 1-900 number voice. Two things I wanted to talk about this week. One was how to make, you've got a plan, you're kind of sticking to it, and then travel comes in the way, because that's totally been my deal this week. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was pregnant professional athletes, specifically running and CrossFit. There's been a lot of chat about that this week. So first thing about travel and keeping things together, I know there's a lot of advice, like, make sure you're having good regular bowel movements, make sure you eat well. Like, stereotypically, this conference for me, I have a bajillion and one meetings. This year I do not, which is freaking amazing. But it's still a challenge, like making sure, like I'm training for a half marathon right now. It was 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, hailstorm, wind chill of 43 degrees in San Diego yesterday. And it would have been very easy for me to be like, screw this, not going for a run. Found my accountability person, a friend of mine from North Carolina. We went out, we had fun, we got it done. I have an accountability plan for tomorrow. Like, you have to outsmart yourself. Like, and I know we see this advice all over the place. I typically work out once at a conference, or just pare it down to just little things. Like today, I don't have time for a run, but I'm definitely going to get some mobility in because, 5.5 hours on a plane. I think I walked 33,000 steps yesterday or something like that. Like, you have to outsmart yourself and put those little things in. I know because I'm up at East Coast time, like I think it's 5:30 here right now. I'm still managing kids' schedules at home on East Coast time right now, like texting my mom friends in my tribe being like, hey, guess what? Both kids have basketball playoff games on Saturday at the same time. I'm not home yet. Can you help? Like, that's just freaking reality. So I know maybe I'm going to have to come back here and do a nap later. I know I need to go to CVS and find some protein drinks. I should have done that yesterday because it's just meals are not consistent. I'm still very much eating outside. It's supposed to rain today. Okay, so that's not going to go well. I've got a lot of sessions and that sort of stuff. Like, what are quick, easy things I can do to outsmart myself and outsmart my situation? Fortunately, my bowels, TMI, are still on East Coast time, so I pack my prunes because if I have a good bowel movement, I am happier. I think that's just something about getting older and having kids. It's like a good bowel movement, your life is completely changed. So that's the outsmart yourself even on travel, and I'm so out of practice on work travel. It's not even funny. So there's my things on that. If you have questions, definitely DM me. I'm literally like it's like having a kid again. Like, I don't know about you, but like when we had our second, I had everything all set up. And then the second she came home, I'm like, oh, that doesn't go there. Like, that goes someplace else. And this is how it works. Like, in your mind, you have this memory of what it was like. So like what travel used to be like and what, going to a conference used to be like. And then you get here and you're like, oh no, that memory wasn't right. I've got to fix this. Okay, so there's one piece. The other is Tia Claire Toomey doing double unders and toes to bar for the Open. And then Mackenzie, I hate it when I know people by their handles. She goes by Ben's McKenzie, I think. She just did a 5:15 mile on the track, like incredibly pregnant. And I think there was a time I'd have been like, I don't know. I'm freaking in awe of what their bodies can do. And I know there's a lot of judgment going on and a lot of, okay, well, we'll see what goes on with that. Neither of those were my pregnancy experience. I mean, had I to do it over again in the time that we have now and the information that we have now, would it have been different for me? I have no idea. My point being is this: we're going to see more pros doing more because more pros are getting pregnant and then they're going to return to the sport. Let's withhold judgment. Let's see what happens. Let's support them because a lot of them are moms for the first time. Some of them aren't, but the ones that aren't know their bodies. And the ones it's their first time, let's give them credit for knowing their bodies and being a pro athlete. And Tia's like, you know, top in the world for 6 years in a row. Like, let's give them some credit and let's give them support. So that's kind of my thoughts from 5:30 a.m. on the freaking West Coast. I don't know if we'll do this bed thing again, but if you have any questions this week, if you're at CSM, please wave to me, say hello. I would love to meet up with people that I've known from kind of interwebs, that sort of thing. But questions about Tia, questions about travel, questions about, you know, pregnancy, and these pro athletes working out pregnancy, definitely let me know. I'm curious. Hop in my DMs. I'd love to chat about it. Have a good one.